Cathie Woods dropped some bombshells, and yes, I'm going to call this a bombshell because it really is, of the number of how much revenue this Robotaxi is going to make based on her numbers. We're going to go over it in this video, so it's going to be such a shishi moment as Model Y, the refresh one, begins to dominate markets. It's an interesting video. I don't want to waste any more time, so smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and let's go. So Cathie Woods comes out and says this.
Very importantly, research on how these technologies are going to evolve is critical. You'll see many strategies will put anything that has the word artificial intelligence into a portfolio, anything in the prospectus, let's say. That's one way of doing it. But we are much more focused on who's going to take the lion's share of this market. And it's a winner take most market in many cases. The most interesting one to us, and probably the one that will scale enormously during the next 5 to 10 years, is robotaxis or autonomous taxi platforms. That's the convergence among robotics. Autonomous vehicles are robots. Energy storage, they will be electric because costs are coming down with this new technology, and artificial intelligence. They'll be powered by AI. We believe that that entire opportunity is going to generate revenues of $8 to $10 trillion in 2030, half of which will go to the platforms like Tesla. Tesla is the biggest artificial intelligence project in the world, we believe, as it moves towards this goal of autonomous taxi networks.
I don't know if you all caught that, but she said two important things. She said that who is going to take the lion's share of this market, and it's a winner takes most market. That's very important. That's the first important thing, because we know that Tesla is miles ahead of everybody else. The evidence is there. The FSD, everything is there. The miles data, everything is there. If you're a company that's using LiDAR, we've been through this so many times on this channel, it's game over. You can't compete with this thing. You can't compete with Tesla's neural nets and their data and their AI. You just can't, because it's not scalable. You can't scale it. If you can't scale it, you're not going to win this race. You're not going to win this market. Maybe a small market that you're already in. Maybe. But if Tesla enters, you're screwed. And that's probably the only way you can be irrelevant. And if Tesla's nice enough to not match your robotaxi dollars. Waymo. Anywho, I digress. She also says that we believe, here's the important part, we believe that the entire opportunity is going to generate revenues of $8 to $10 trillion in 2030, half of which will go to platforms like Tesla. Now, obviously, we have to, look at it detailed here. It's not saying half of it is going to go to Tesla. They're saying that half of which will go to platforms like Tesla. Now, the only thing here is, guys, what other platforms are similar to Tesla's? Because it's not Waymo, it's not Baidu, it's not any of these other robotaxi companies or services that's already been working in these other cities, because again, you cannot match Tesla's FSD. So, could it be just Tesla? I don't know. But let's do the numbers here and let's take it a conservative approach, right? Let's say 8 trillion in revenue, right? And this is just robotaxis. Not energy, not the robots, not the cars, not services, not insurance, not FSD deals, licensing deals, none of that. This is just robotaxis. Just this business alone. Cathie Woods says 8 to 10 trillion. Let's say 8 trillion in revenue, and let's say 25% is Tesla's shares, right? Not even half, 25% of that. That's 2 trillion in revenue, which is just absolutely insane. Imagine Tesla is generating 2 trillion in revenues by 2030. It's mind-boggling. It really is it's crazy. But this, again, all depends on robotaxi, on how fast it's going to scale. And Elon just talked about it on Tesla's all hands in event, which was really interesting. And I've already made the video. You guys can watch the whole thing. I'll go over that in another video. But it's insane. But let's just say 2 trillion in revenue, 25% of Tesla shares, and let's say 30% of that is operating margin. That's $600 billion in operating profits. Give that a 30 PE, that's $18 trillion in valuation, 18 trillion in valuation, and a stock price of around $5,700 per share. At 20x from now, I believe that's what it would be, maybe a bit more, which is crazy.
Oh, but Pejjy, man, 30% operating margin for Robotaxis, that's so low.
Fine, let's do 50%. All right, let's do 50%. That's 1 trillion in operating, profits. 30 PE, that's a 30 trillion valuation or a stock price of around $9,400 per share. Sheesh, 9,400, nearly $10,000 per share. And some are calling for Tesla to be well over $10,000 per share by 2030. With the robots and the robotaxis, all of them combined. We're just talking about robotaxis here alone, which is absolutely insane. It's flipping mind-boggling. And I know right now it's really hard to see it because we're seeing vehicle sales not doing the best, and that's going to turn around. And the revenues are going down and profits are going down. But wait until the robotaxi business comes online. It's going to be like a flipping hockey stick. And no one's ready for it. Nobody's ready for it. That's the crazy part. And yes, Cathie Woods is buying this dip too. I think she bought nearly 10,000 stock. So she's putting her money where her mouth is, as she's always been doing. Yes, she does sell here and there. But when there's a big dip like there is from 480 to low 200s. I mean, I've been buying. If you follow me on X, I bought like 45 shares in one go. I also bought 5 shares today as well. And I'll keep buying. I don't care. I'll keep buying on these ridiculous prices. It's just ridiculous. But that's insane. It's, again, mind-boggling to think that, there's going to be a time where Tesla's going to be generating trillions of dollars in revenue. It's going to be, and that's what she's talking about 5 years from now. And we're taking a 25%, approach, not a 50% approach like she is. So that's just crazy. Another crazy thing, well, not surprising, but apparently surprising to some skeptics, is that, Model Y is dominating in China. Shout out to Tesla Chan here. We can see that the Model Y was the first most selling electric SUV. Look at that. 9,400 weekly sales compared to the rest of them. Where's BYD here? I don't even see BYD here. Interesting. We see some BMWs here, and the rest of them is all Chinese products, which is just absolutely insane. Tesla Chen also is releasing these insured Tesla vehicles in China. As we can see, in the last 2 weeks, it's beating last year weekly sales. And he says that looking at my data, Tesla couldn't keep up with Chinese domestic sales in 2023 until week 35 last year. And we can see the numbers right here, which is pretty interesting. That now with the refreshed Model Y, domestic sales is going up and it's becoming to be the number one, or it is already, we can see the best selling electric vehicle car brand in flipping China. That's insane. He also says that, I remember that there was a lot of noise and bad rumors in the last year as well. Tesla is close to last year's sales figure, week 10, despite shifting production from Giga Shanghai to a new Model Y earlier this year. In fact, there's so much demand of this Model Y refresh in China that Tesla just increased prices from 303,000 yen to 313,000. Insane. There's a price increase, something that we haven't seen in a while. Sheesh! So yeah, the new Model Y refresh is gonna be in such a big demand that's gonna shock everybody. Mainly the guys in Europe, because there's a lot of headlines coming out that, Tesla sales, the Model Y is down 80% in, Berlin and in Germany and Europe because of all the things that Elon is doing. Well, all them rumors and noise and FUD is about to change because shout out to Gigafactory Berlin News. He says that plant manager rules out job cuts and short time working and says that there are no plans for production stoppages, job cuts, or short time working. In fact, he says the opposite is the case. Production is not being reduced, but is currently being ramped up. So, haters, Giga Berlin, where they said that Europe is not doing well. Well, now they're ramping up the Model Y refresh. What do you think is going to happen with sales? If you're saying it's going to go down, you're an idiot. That's all I'm going to say. Let's wait for the next 2 to 3 months, or even this month, because they're slowly ramping up. Well, not slowly, they're currently ramping up, and this deliveries are starting this month. So we'll see this month and next month, and we'll compare it to the previous months to see what sales were. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a very big difference. And Alex here, who is in Berlin, who is in Germany, says that in Giga Berlin, 300 more temporary workers will be given permanent contracts in April. Does that sound like a company that is struggling to sell its cars? Does it? Heck no. Heck no, I don't know what the heck's going on up there, man. Stop it, I'm filming a goddamn video. But there you have it, they're ramping up, they're hiring more employees. It doesn't sound like a doomsday scenario to me. But anyways, you keep thinking that, you keep selling your stock, and I will buy every single one of them. But man, in the next 3 to 6 months, Tesla's gonna be in a whole different flippant sentiment. That's all I'm gonna say. Sales are gonna be higher, profits are probably gonna be higher, FSD revenue, robotaxis, affordable models, man, it's just, we can't get enough of this. We can't get flipping enough of this. And honestly, we're not ready to see what's gonna happen. What Cathie said, 8 trillion. Let's say half of the 25%, 2 trillion revenue. It's crazy. And this is the Robotaxi business, by the way. And that's the reason why I'm all in Tesla, because of the Robotaxi. Not because of the bot or the energy or anything. The Robotaxi. It's a massive. It's flipping massive. It's a sheesh moment. And if you guys want some clarification with this Tesla stock and more of your, or figure out more of your conviction and have more of a long-term horizon to, let's say, 2030 and beyond to 2035, check this video with Cern and I. It's a sheesh video. We look at every single business. Robotaxis, Optimus, bots, services, autos, and you'll see how crazy Robotaxi and the bot truly is. Check it out, y'all. Y'all will be disappointed. Subscribe, guys. Get your bot a dip t-shirt, and I shall see you guys in the next video. See ya.